Okay. Okay, high energy, okay? High posture, high energy. Okay, take a deep breath. Let it out. Now, what I'm about to share with you are very, very profound. My 5 tips to improve your presentation skills, your public speaking skills. You will not find this in any books. You will not find this in any workshop. This is my 10 years as a professional speaker. Now, Demi, by the way, what's the difference between a professional speaker and an amateur speaker, by the way? Constantly improving. But how to define? What makes someone, is this skill? What is it? A professional speaker versus an amateur speaker.
They get paid.
That's right. Professional speakers get paid to do what they do. So what I'm about to share with you, literally, I made millions as a professional speaker. So this stuff works. Now, I'm not going to give you tips like, storytelling, or how you structure your speech and this type of stuff. Those type of things you can find in any books, yes? Yes. I just want to give you like the best stuff, the 5 most important tips, my 5 secrets that I believe that makes the biggest difference. You want to learn?
Yes.
Yeah. Tip number 1. Before I tell you the tip, let me ask you a question. How many of you have been to a presentation where the speaker is like, he's speaking to you, and you're just like, yeah, he dresses properly. He's got the posture, all the, the vocal variety, the body language, all the typical qualities, good qualities of a professional speaker. But somehow in the audience, you just feel like he's good, but you just don't connect with that guy. It's just this is not a connection. How many of you have had that experience? Yeah. Okay. On the other hand, how many have been to a presentation, a speech, where the speaker could be speaking to a group of 100, 200, 500, but you feel like, you know what? He's speaking to me. That you feel that connection. Yeah. How many have had that experience? Yes. Now, so what's the difference? What's the secret? What's the distinction? Yes, engagement with the audience. But let me ask you a question. Let's say, suppose they both have the same skills. Suppose they both, some people might say it's charisma, okay? It's the X factor. It's whatever that thing is, and some people either have it or they don't. No, but what I'm going to share with you, there's actually a way that you could there's a way for you to create that connection. And it's not just engagement, because there are speakers who would engage, and they would, put up your hand, how many of you, they do all that stuff, but at the end of his presentation, you still feel a disconnect. How many had that experience? Yeah, they're saying the right things, they're very polished, but you're just like, authenticity is something that's missing, what is it? There's a specific thing, multiple things you got to do, and here's what they are. And that is public speaking tip number 1. You want to speak to one person, not to the group. Speak to one person, not to the group. Let me give you an example. When someone goes up to the stage, we have, 100 people in the room, roughly, tonight. So from your point of view, sitting in your seat, think about it. You are having a one-on-one connection with the speaker. You getting it? Yes. It's one, because you look, only me on stage, right? It's that one-on-one connection, right? Yes. But from the speaker's point of view, I'm looking the group. So you're having a one-on-one connection with me, but in my mind, I'm addressing the group. Does that make sense? Yes. So most people, sometimes they make this mistake the first 3 seconds. How many have heard of this? They come up to the stage and they say the first 3 words out of the mouth. Ladies and gentlemen. How many have heard that before? Right there, you've lost the audience. Because if I'm having a one-on-one connection with you, you are not a lady, you are not a gentleman, you're definitely not ladies and gentlemen. Because you will not say that if you're having a one-on-one communication. So what, you like a half lady, half gentleman? What the hell is this? That's why if you actually go to YouTube, search my name, watch any one of my videos, I never ever use ladies and gentlemen. Never. Because the minute you use that bond between you and the audience, that's gone. Because I'm speaking to a group. This is all subconscious. This is like your mind going, oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't know me. I'm just a person, a number. Okay? Versus a much better way, it could be, come up here, and you could say, hello. That's okay. Not ladies and gentlemen. Here's another one. Hi, everybody. I'm addressing to a group, right? But again, in one-on-one, I'm not going to say, hey, hi, everybody. Are you going to do that? No. Again, that's another one. He doesn't care, or she doesn't care. So let me give you some of the words you want to eliminate from your presentation. You are such a good crowd. How many heard that one before? Yeah, you're such a good crowd. Are you going to say that one-on-one? No. Then don't use it. I never use, you're such a good crowd. I would say, you are great. You are awesome. You are the best. You are a great listener. Not you guys, you all. No, no. Here's another one. What a good looking group. How many heard that one before? What a good looking group. Imagine, I'm in the audience. What's going through my head? I think I'm pretty good looking. I don't know about these guys. I don't know. Like, what do you mean good looking group? Like, it's like, huh? That makes no sense. Makes no sense. Here's another one. You all got up early this morning. I know I got up early this morning. I don't know about these people. You know, I know my alarm clock went off, and yeah, I got up early. I don't know about all these other people. I don't care about these other people. It's just that connection, one-on-one, one-on-one. Ladies and gentlemen, never use it. Oh, here's another one, which Stephen just made. Okay, what did you say? Take your seats. If you watch the video, take your seats. Take your seats. Well, how many seats do you want me to take? Only got one butt, right? Like seats, this one or that one or which one? No, take your seat. Grab a seat, not seats. Very subtle. Very subtle. Here's my favorite. Without further ado. That's a public speaking term. Again, you're talking to a friend, you're not going to be, without further ado, you just don't do that. Keep it conversational. Oh, here's another good one. 50% of you are men. 50% of you are men and 50% of you are women. What the hell does that mean? Now, if I want to say the same thing, I would say, you know what? 50% of the people in this room are women, and 50% of the people in this room are men. You don't say 50% of you. You see the difference? Yes. Yeah. Very subtle. Very, very subtle. So any language, look at your own presentation, any of those languages, you know what? Do I say that one-on-one? If you don't, eliminate it. Just eliminate it. Yeah. Public speaking tip number 2, don't hide behind the black box. Let me give an example. I call that the black box theory. Imagine there's a black box on stage, which is about, let's say, this wide and maybe this tall. Okay? Black box, just imagine. This is a black box. Okay? So it's right in front of me, right in front of you when you're speaking. So when you're speaking, means if you're not out of the black box, your audience cannot see you. So you see a lot of speakers, here's what they do. They do this. A lot of hand gestures like this. Like, you know. What are they doing? They're hiding behind the black box. Because of this. And that's why you never, ever, ever see me presenting behind a podium. I never, ever present behind a podium. Because that podium is a what? The mic is right here. I can't move. I'm done. Guaranteed to be boring. Because I'm in my box. I can't, what am I going to move this thing? I can't. So I always say, give me one of these mics. And I don't like handheld because, again, if I do a handheld, right, it restricts how I can move. So I always want to, that's one of my requirements. This. So imagine here's my black box. Just imagine a black box in front of me, okay? So am I out of my box? Yes. Right? If I move around, am I out of my box? Yes. Right? Out of my box all the time. When I put up my hand, am I out of my box? Yeah. You always constantly want to go beyond that box. Just keep that in mind. Just imagine this following you. Oh, hey, and then this box will follow me, and then you move again. And this box will follow me. And this you never, any moment, you don't want to be inside the box. Because as I'm doing this, just imagine, 3 fucking hours of this. Yes, Mike?
Is the music stand okay?
Music stand is okay. It is okay. Some speakers use it. I used to use it. It's a stepping stone. Because again, that restricts your movement. You could do a little bit of this, but it's kind of difficult to hold your music stand and, and you do your thing, right? Unless you're like a rock star, like, you're doing your thing, right? Like, that kind of stuff. But it's difficult. So that restricts your movement. Okay. Ideally, I even prefer, sometimes there's a monitor. You have in the notes here, that's okay. You can kind of glance through it. You're addressing the audience, and you're looking down a little bit, and then you're doing that because you're moving around. But this restricts your movement. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah. Don't hide behind the black box. So never use podium. Public speaking tip number 3, deliver from your power spot. Where's the power spot? Where's the power spot? Right there. Now, in this case, my power spot is what? The stage is a little bit off this way. But so is my power spot here, or is my power spot here? Here. Because this is right center in the audience, right? So if I don't have a stage, then my power spot will be where? Here. You want to deliver from here most of the time. Now, you can from time to time move, address, right? And da-da-da-da-da, and come back to this point. But this is your place of power. Everybody say, this is the place of power. This is it. Because this position, I can see the most amount of people, right? I can connect, I can look, I can scan. And here's another tip. If you're speaking more than to, let's say 30, 40 people, it would be very difficult to make eye contact with everyone, right? So you would scan. But if it's like 20, 30, let's say if only these four tables, then I would make contact with every single person. Every single person, right? Every single person. Every single person. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, but it's too big, then you just scan. Yeah. You will scan. So power spot. Let me give you another tip. Again, if you watch my videos, whenever I tell a story, and this is powerful. Past, present, future. Again, past, present, future. Negative, positive. Negative, positive. When you are sitting in the audience, you're looking at me, do it this way. This is what? Which brain? This is your? Right? You're watching the speaker. Left brain to right brain. When you write something, you go from this side to that side or left to right? Left to right. Left to right. Memory, creativity. Memory, creativity. Present, power spot. Let me tell you about when I was in college. Let me tell you how I got going. Let me tell you how I got into speaking. Let me tell you when I stuttered. Let me tell you what I'm doing now. Let me tell you what I'm going in the future. Again, let me go back to the lessons I want you to get. There are people who make excuses. They can't do this, they can't do that, the little voice. And there are people who master the little voice, who take control, that they're stronger than the little voice. Do you see that? This?
Yeah.
Now let me try something here. Watch this. Let me try telling the past from here and the future from here. You tell me how you feel. Well, let me tell you about my childhood. When I came here, I couldn't speak a word of English. And then suddenly, I'm like so successful now out of all these companies. How does that feel? Yeah, it's just like, how does that feel?
Very theoretical.
Yeah, it's just like, when I'm sharing the future from this place, it feels weird. It's just awkward. But it's like, share, oh yeah, that's good. This is the place. So this is the present. So notice, if you watch my video, you'll see when I share my past, anything negative is always here. Sometimes I will actually point to it. You know, there are people who make excuses, who say, you know what, I don't have what it takes. I'm just not a good speaker. But there are people who say, you know what, I could learn this. I could learn this skill. I do have what it takes. You see how smooth that is? From there, so again, if here's a very big tip. If you're actually offering some kind of product and services, do you want to put it on your this side or this side? Think about it. If you're offering something, do you want to put it on this side or that side? Future, positive. Blue sky. Past tense, negative, this side. Is that profound or what?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. This is the stuff behind the stuff. Like I am doing it and I'm dissecting it. I'm showing you what I just did. Does that make sense? Yeah, very profound stuff. So find your power spot. Whenever one thing I like to do, notice this evening, I walked up here, take my power spot, right? Just remember, the first second I came up here. I look, I scan the room, then I start. Just kind of scan the room. Don't have to rush into it, go up here and start speaking. Just bam, because you are showing the audience, you're projecting confidence. You know what? I own the stage. I own the stage. So just boom, boom, and you scan, and then you go. Does that make sense? Yes. Tip number 5. So again, so left, right, past, present, future. Here's one more tip. Public speaking tip number 4, speak from your diaphragm. Speak from your diaphragm. So let me get you to try this for a second. Everybody stand up. I want you to actually practice this. Now, most of us, we are taught to breathe from our chest. Okay, actually take a deep breath. Take a breath there. Now, when you take a deep breath, if your lungs is going like this, like how your lungs expand, you're breathing wrong. Okay, if you're actually into yoga and stuff, which part of you should stick out? The stomach, the abdominal. So if you see on the side, see this? This is wrong. But if you see how this expands? It's most like, oh, ladies, like, I don't want my stomach to stick out. I know, but just try it with me, okay? I'm on video, for God's sakes, okay? So how this expands? Try that. This is a full breath. So when you're speaking, so you need to breathe properly so you can project properly. So try again. How you can sense you're actually taking a bigger breath. Now, so when you speak, still stay standing. So when you're speaking, hear my voice. If I'm speaking from my throat, here's what I sound like. You can see it's coming from here, yes? Yeah? If I'm speaking from my chest, you can hear my chest tone. This is my chest tone. If I'm speaking from my diaphragm, this is from my diaphragm. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
That's what gives you power. But you cannot have that power if you don't breathe. If I breathe with my chest, with my lungs, like that, I can't project. I can't. And that's why some people, I can't, what did you say? I can't hear what you're saying. Yes. But if I'm doing this, now, let me do this, demonstrate. And then you're going to try it for a second. So I'm going to make a sound like za. Okay, za. Here from my throat. Za. Hear that? za. Okay? It's very difficult to have power. Speaking from here. Now from my chest, listen. Sa. You can say, feel my chest. You can feel za. You see it vibrating?
Yeah.
Yeah, from here. You can actually try it. So try to speak from here. Sa. Just slow. Sa. Okay. Now see if you can take it down to your chest. You should feel your chest vibrating. Sa. More power, right? Now try it from the diaphragm. Okay, try again. Deep breath. Sa. Not bad. Okay, do you see the difference?
Yes.
Now let me demonstrate. So, throat. Just grab some water. Another tip, hydrate your voice 2 hours before the speech. This actually does not help me at this point. You want to hydrate your vocal cord 2 hours before you go up. Okay? So let's hear the difference. Sa, okay. Za, here from my diaphragm. Are you ready? Sa. That's from my diaphragm. Your voice penetrate. I'm not looking at delivering to here. I'm looking at how can I get my voice bounce off that wall in the back. That's penetration. So if I come up here and say, well, how many of you, you see? And that's why I can speak for 3 hours, I don't lose my voice. If I speak from here, I will lose my voice. Right. I'll be like this now. But you see, my voice is the same as I was 3 hours ago. And I don't get tired, and naturally when you speak from a diaphragm, you will modulate your tone. You will modulate your voice naturally. So try with me. Try to penetrate, like go through me, almost go through the other wall. Speak from the diaphragm. Start. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, that's so awesome. It feels like an orchestra. Try one more time. Okay. Now I'm going to go say take up, down. Okay, try. 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. One more time. Good job. Even more penetration. Imagine, speak through that wall. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Great job, round of applause. Great job, have a seat. Great job. Now, it takes a little bit of practice, right? It takes a little bit of practice. But once you get it, and when you go up the stage, people will be like, wow, how come he or she is such a powerful speaker? Because of your voice. So even though, turn this off for a second. I want you to feel it. So without the speaker, this is me just speaking. You can still hear I'm projecting. Same. It's the same. Speaking from your diaphragm. And I can see, you see the difference? This is not because of this, because the voice has that penetrating power. Yes? Yes. Turn it back up. Same. It's the same. Now, though, some of you are soft-spoken, I know. You're soft-spoken because you're speaking from here or you're speaking from here. But if you speak from here, from that power position, you'll be more persuasive, you'll be more influential. Last speaking tip, number 5. Entertain, educate, and empower. Do not lecture your audience. People, let me ask you a question. Which one people are more willing to pay money to go see? Entertainers or educators? Entertainers. Way more money. That's why Madonna charges what she charges. That's why Britney Spears charges what she charges. As a speaker, your first goal is to entertain. You want people to have a good time. Because when they have a good time, you have a better chance of getting your message through. If you're boring, doesn't matter how exciting, how profound, how life-changing your information is, it's not getting through because people are bored. They're not paying attention. So you want to entertain first, always. How can I make my speech more entertaining? How can I make my presentation more entertaining? How can I use games? How can I use exercises? How can I engage the audience, make it entertaining? And then you can educate. Then you give them some valuable information in between. And after that, then you can empower, meaning give them something to do. Some kind of actions, not just, oh yeah, that's all nice and this and that. But let me ask you a question. After tonight, when you go home, is there a shadow of doubt that you don't know what to do? There's some couple of tips that you could apply right now, yes? Yes. That's empowerment. Give them something that they could do, something they could walk away with. Entertain, educate, and empower. Again, people want to educate too much because they want to sound smart. They want to be right. They want to know, look at how smart I am, how intelligent I am, da, 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 da. But if you actually focus on the audience and say, you know what, how can I empower them? How can I actually empower them? And those are the 5 tips. One thing I recommend you to do, go to my YouTube channel, watch some of my videos, challenge me, see if I use ladies and gentlemen. See if I use those type, hi everybody. See if I use those words. And you can see, and study that. You can see, oh, am I using this? Past, present, future. And think you watch the videos, you'll get a different perspective. What will you get? Perspective. Just because now you can see, oh, I can see. Andre, yes?
How about the enrolling question from the show? How many of you, how does that play with speaking with one person?
Very good question. That's the only rule that I break. That's the only one. What you could do is you could say, so I could say, how many of you, this is your first time you're coming to our group? Yes? That is addressing to a group. Yes? Which is not the right thing to do, but that's the only rule I break. You could use, put up your hand if this is your first time that you're here. Raise your hand if you're an entrepreneur. That's okay. But how many of you, because I've been using it for so many years, and I know I'm not supposed to, but it just flows more naturally for me. I feel like that's more natural. I tried the other way. I just feel like I don't get as much engagement. But that's just me, though. Does that make sense? Yes. But for you, yeah, put up your hand. Raise your hand if you, da-da-da-da. Yeah, but it's just my preference. Make sense? Yes. But good question. Good observation. Very good observation. Yes?
What do you use to hydrate your voice?
I just use green tea. Yeah. Just green tea. This is what I like. Don't drink sugar like Coke and pop and that type of stuff. Yeah, it is not good for your voice. Water is always good, but don't drink cold water. I don't drink cold water, just warm, because I want to keep it hydrated, keep it nice and warm, yeah. So that's just what works for me. So green tea, hot green tea. So let me leave you with one thought. Everything you want and don't have, you will get it from other people. Get it from who? Other people. So the way we communicate with others and with ourselves, internal communication, ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Ultimately determine quality of lives. So master communication skills, make a commitment, make a decision. This is just the beginning. Go read the books, go join Toastmasters, Dale Carnegie training, watch YouTube videos, whatever it takes. Keep working on that, master communication skills, and I promise you, you will get everything you want. Okay? Wish you the best of success. Be a great communicator. So I'll see you next month, November 18th. Thank you. Any questions? I'll stick around. I'll stick around.
10 times your finances, 10 times your business, 10 times your marketing, 10 times your life. Hit the subscribe button now.